Hey, I'm in front of a 2011 beautiful Buick Lucerne, and he just squeaks a little bit and has a power steering out. I'm going to show you how to replace that pump. Stay with me. Yeah, so the first thing I'm going to do is I just loosen the belt. You can take any breaker bar, ratchet, 3/8 here, pull it towards the vehicle, and you'll be fine. Hold on. Oop, let me get this in there. Basically, remove the tension. And then next thing, I'm gonna remove some of the fluid so I make less mess. I have a sort of suction guy here. I'm gonna take most of it out, dump it in here, and after that, probably start already loosening the bolts. There are 3 bolts here. I think they're 13 millimeters, I would say. And after that, pump is gonna come loose a little bit. Loosen the hose, should be able to take it out a little more, and then you have the pressure hose down here. And after it's loose, I probably can move it up a little bit and easier reach that. So if you loosen those 2 13 millimeter bolts up here, you can flip the container, the reservoir back, and literally only have a couple of drips here. And I already loosened the pump up. Those are also 13 millimeter bolts. Now I'm going to try to get the high pressure line loose. Let's see with 2 hands how much I can jiggle this around and get to it. I hope I can leave this bracket in place right here. And yeah, we go from there. Yeah, as you can see, once you have this loose, you can easily get the pump out and turn it around. I already loosened the high pressure line. It's a 16 millimeter wrench size, and now I'm gonna just loosen it all the way and take the pump out. Yeah, so when you have that pump out, and depending on what kind of pump you bought, you can of course buy one with the pulley attached already. And if you don't have the tool to do it, that might be even the best option for you to do. They usually cost 20 bucks more. I think you can rent those tools at whatever, AutoZone or Heidi's or whatever, but I don't know if that's worth even the trip, you know. So in case you buy one, or you decide to buy one or rent one, how to use it, it usually comes in those pieces. And then you just look here, flange size. You try to little bit to compare that to this washer, and basically, you know, in this case it goes, the tight spot goes in here. You put those halves on, and try to put this guy on here with one hand. A little bit challenging probably, but yeah, you get the message, you know. It's kind of like that. Got it. Lucky. And then you hold this one. Let me see. Let me get this started. Like this. Basically, you hold this one and start screwing this one out, and it will essentially pull the pulley off the shaft. And there's not much to it. In my case, I think it's a 17 up here and a 21 down there, but I have only one hand. Can can't really do this with one hand, you need two hands. So let me put the phone to the side and I'm going to show you the paw, guys. I'm going to do this with an impact, and I try to film it. Otherwise you want to probably go in a vise if you don't have an impact. Let me see if I can do this with one hand, hold the wrench. Let me see, put it like that maybe. Yeah, not really. I need a second hand. Alright, off it is. Now you just separate the pieces. Put your pump to the side. Take your new pump. And there's now a slightly different approach. You're gonna have a bolt that goes here inside. There's a thread inside with a big washer. Let me go and get it. Alright, off it is. Now you just separate the pieces. Put your pump to the side. Take your new pump. And there's now a slightly different approach. You're gonna have a bolt that goes here inside. There's a thread inside with a big washer. Let me go and get it. So you have basically you can technically use any bolt that fits that thread in here. It just happens to that my tool came with two different ones. You know, when you have a skinnier one, you use this. It's like a two-step, but that doesn't work for here because it's not grabbing right. And so I use this, and basically you just bolt that on. And if that screw bottoms out and you're not all the way on there, then you start turning this part, you know, farther down in order to get it all flush on there. So as you can see, it's all flush here in the front, all the way on. And now I can just remove my tool and go and install that pump. I already have the pump back in place and put the three 13mm bolts back, but when you connect the high pressure line, don't tie it up right away. Drop the pump in and see in what kind of angle you have to have it in order to tie it up. If you want to tie it up while it's already installed, it's going to be difficult for you to reach that high pressure bolt down here. There's an O-ring on it, so you don't need to tie it up too crazy. But I decided to just, you know, lift it out a couple of times and try the right angle. You also can just push this line a little bit left and right if it's interfering. And yeah, I just thought it's worth mentioning. Alright, all done. Pump is changed. And you might want to leave a comment. It's not that hard. You can do it in your driveway. And see you around.